Hey, how's it going? This is Augustus on Ask a Wise Guy, and I'm about to get wise with you. Black Chyna, Black Chyna, Black Chyna. Well, you know what? First of all, before I even get into this, I'm gonna start off by first addressing everyone and letting you know this isn't going to be a one of those videos where someone's bashing on one person or they're bashing on the other or whatever. I don't get down like that. I like giving people the benefit of the doubt, but what I will be doing in this video is pretty much addressing the facts, and we all know the story, but I'm gonna just get into some wisdom and how people that's in similar situations could avoid stuff like this, because we're seeing stuff like this every day, and to see Rob and Chyna, this is serious. They're going to court with this, So I just want to address how things like this come about, and how people could how they could avoid it in their lives, because if you're in the right situation, it's quite easy to end up in the same spot. So let's get into it. So yeah, you guys pretty much know the Rob and Chyna situation. For those that don't, I'm gonna go ahead and break it down for you. Rob and Chyna. Rob is Rob Kardashian, and Black Chyna. Rob Kardashian being the brother of Kim, Khloe, Courtney. A well-known family. I believe it was their father or the husband of their mother, first husband, was a lawyer that actually helped out the OJ case, so this is a big family here, this is a big name. Now, Black Chyna, that's the ex-girlfriend of rapper, LA rapper Tiger, coming out of LA, and she had a kid by I'm sorry, let me make sure I get this right. She had a kid with Rob Kardashian. That's the ex of Tiger, but she ended up with Rob Kardashian. She started out stripping, things of that nature, and you could Google everything, YouTube everything to get the full scoop. But what happened is Rob and Chyna, from the looks of it, they've been going out, and they had a kid. They've been dating real strong. They've gotten quite close, and all of a sudden, things just went downhill. Rob got mad at her, started posting new pics of her online, and she started posting a couple of things back, her being with another dude, and she finally said, you know what, I'm gonna take this to court. And this is big because, from the looks of it, these guys aren't talking about, asking for a couple of bills from Rob here. They're asking for a little bit of jail time, with a little bit of Benjis on the side. This is a big deal, man, because this is Rob Kardashian, man. This is the homie. He was with Adrienne Bailon, and for those that don't know who she is, you just Google her, and a lot of people really respect seeing this guy around, cool cat. From the looks of it, he seems like a cool guy. But this is heavy. They're talking about some jail time for this cat, So what I want to address is mainly the faults here. Black Chyna, we're gonna get into that in a second. Let's start off with Rob. All right. from the stories, they're making it look like, Rob is the bad guy, But then again, it could appear that, he was a saint, because if you look deep into the situation, there something had to happen for Rob to, just post stuff online, and mind you, they're saying that Rob exposed Black Chyna with quote unquote revenge porn, but really it's just revealing photos of Black Chyna. But what's going on here is real simple. If you think about it, Black Chyna, you can't expose somebody that has experience in a exposing business. And for those that don't know what I'm talking about, Black Chyna, she used to strip, and on her own Instagram and her own sites, she has revealing photos of herself. The only difference is that Rob posted these, so you could really miss me with the, she feels bad about, she feels exposed by the photos that he's posting up. No, let's get to the point here. She's trying to get some money off of this. She's trying to get some money off of this guy, and we all know the Kardashians are loaded, whether they display how much they make or not. These guys, they want for nothing, and there's you could easily see the money in that. The issue with Rob is that he got into something that he really didn't he really didn't know what he was signing up for when he got with Black Chyna, if you ask me. Tiger knew what was up. He got with her and he skated. He jetted on. He left the situation. Because we all know about Tiger. And he has enough game. He has enough knowledge about this type of woman. Not trying to throw her in a box or nothing, but he has enough knowledge in that area. Ladies, if you're listening to this, hold on. I'm gonna talk about Chyna for a second. I'm gonna flip the script. But Tiger, he understood what was going on. Rob, honestly, if you ask me, he probably couldn't handle a woman like that. And what I mean when I say that is, when you take a woman home and you open up your doors to her, and then you say these you say these couple of words, you say, make yourself at home, you're gonna see some stuff that you didn't see at that nice restaurant table when you was talking to her, dating her for the first time. You're gonna see some stuff that you don't like. And I could imagine that Rob seen some stuff that he would have never seen from Adrian Bailon, or any of his other exes. But he stayed with he stayed with Chyna, and as time went on, I believe that he started seeing more and more and more, and he just didn't know how to handle it. Here's something that I want to say about women of the similar background of Black Chyna. All right, Black Chyna, she's a businesswoman now. She's doing big things, and her eyes are to the skies, for lack of better words. But she used to strip. Now, if anyone knows any exotic dancers, right, you will know that they have some game. They have a lot of game. They understand street smarts to a certain degree, And if you ask me, these are some of the, in terms of street smarts, these are some of the wisest women you'll ever come across when it comes to game and street smarts. You know, for a exotic dancer to get with you, there has to be a reason. You know, she's not gonna get with you just because, you know, you talk a good game, because she heard it all before, she's seen it all before, she sized you up, she read you before you even said hello. She already knew everything about you. You know, because they just got they just got it like that. You know. So Rob, he's going to war with a woman that's been to war before. She used to live that way, you know. And this is very scary for Rob. I'm quite scared for Rob. I think they're just gonna ask for some money from him and drop it, you know. But you know, we'll get into that later. But this is the deal, you know. Black Chyna, she got game. We all see that, you know. And Rob, he's just in a predicament where he just didn't see this coming. He didn't see everything about her coming. He didn't see, you know, the court coming. You know, this seems like, you know, it's just a series of surprises for this guy. You know, she must have did something to take him off to the point where he said, man, you know what, I'm putting these pictures on Instagram. I mean, for a guy like that to say I'm putting nude pics up on Instagram about you, there has to be something, you know. And it was probably something that he wasn't used to seeing. You know, she probably said some things to him, got heated. You know, the conversation got heated. Probably said some stuff to him. Probably threw something at him, pulled something out on him. We don't know, you know. But this is it. It had to have taken him by surprise. My advice to people that, you know, that want to, you know, that are in certain predicaments, or they want to avoid being in a similar situation, my advice to you is know what you're getting yourself into. Know what you're getting yourself into, man. If you're talking to a girl and she tells you the type of dudes that she been with, you know, and you know that you ain't that type of guy, you know that she goes for a certain type, but she's making an exception on you, man, you better know you better know telepathy or something. You better know how to, you know, you better hit Miss Cleo up or something, try to read her mind, figure out what's going on here or something, because that's not working out for you. It's not working out for you. You know, there's rare occasions, you know, don't get me wrong, there are rare occasions, but you know, these are things that Rob didn't take into consideration, and it's not looking good for him. All right. So what I'm gonna do now I'm gonna flip the script. All right, now with you know, for the ladies, all right, Black Chyna, you know, she I can see why she's saying that, you know, she feels exposed, she feels degraded, you know, by Rob throwing up those pics. Honestly, I believe that I believe that she really did care about Rob, you know. I mean, she had to. They had a kid together, you know. But Rob apparently, like I said earlier, he just didn't understand her. And you know, ladies, if you want to have a father for your kids, if you want to have a kid by somebody, right, and you want to choose wisely, you know, for a dude that would be suitable to be the father of your kids, make sure that this guy can handle you. You know, I mean, you know how you are at home. You know how things are for you. You know what kind of a person you are. You know how you could get, right? I mean, make sure that you get with a cat that can handle you. Now, Black Chyna, she might have some motive behind this. You know, she might just say, you know what, I think I could get some of his money. You know, probably get this money and then take a cool break. Then see if we could hook up in the future. See where things work out there. You know, she might have it in her mind like that. She might just want to get the money and just skate. You know, and see who else she could end up with. You know. But with the I mean, they got a kid together, you know, and this poor child gotta go through all of this, you know, and this is real. This is real. So ladies, you know, make sure that if you're with a guy, you know, make sure that this guy can handle your stuff, you know. And because today it's all about one thing. I mean, for you guys and us fellas, you know, it's for you ladies and us fellas, it's about one thing. It's about, you know, how are they in bed? That's all it really comes down to, you know. And ladies, you have to remember one thing that us fellas aren't thinking about is the fact that you want something after the rendezvous. You know, you want something the morning after. You want that call back. You know, you want that intimacy. You want some sense of attention. You know, otherwise you wouldn't have given us what we wanted. But ladies, you got to remember that we're not thinking about that. We're not, our mind isn't on that. Our mind is on how we could get you to believe that you're going to get all of that the morning after, so that we could get what we want during the rendezvous, you know. And ladies, you have to keep that in mind. You have to keep that in mind when a dude comes over with the slick talk and the slick walk, you know, and he's saying all of this in your ear. You have to keep that in mind. Otherwise, there's gonna be a good line of mistakes happening in the future. You know, something else that for the fellas, something that you guys could keep in mind. You know, if you're talking to a girl and you want to get serious with it, I mean, just keep it in mind that you have to figure out what type of girl this is, man. I mean, it sounds very basic, but a lot of cats are neglecting the basic because, you know, they're either too lazy or they just don't care, you know. But if we all came to grasp on this, came to grips on this, and we think before we move, we think before we do, you know. One thing that I respect about Pac was that, you know, he always encouraged cats being there for their baby mamas, you know, because it wasn't a, you know, getting married and having kids, that wasn't the thing, you know. that wasn't even up for discussion. He was discussing cats that got kids by multiple women, and Snoop was in the same predicament. You know, he was about to leave his girl, and he was in a room full of cats. You know, Pac was in the room, and Snoop was trying to get advice on what he should do with his girl that's about to have his kid. right? And everyone in the room, they're like, you know, hey, screw her, man, leave her. You know, that's probably not even your kid, man. And Pac, he shut everything down quick. He shut all that down. He said, hey, man, that's the mother of your kid, man. Stay there for her. Be there for her. You know, that's your queen. That's your kid. We're not getting that kind of advice today. We're not getting that kind of insight. You know, and that was the advice of a real man. See, not a male, a man. I like what one of my favorite mentors, Andre Taylor. You know, he said, being a male is being a male is a category that you're in, but being a man is a position. A position can be given to you, but in some and most situations, your position has to be earned. Being a man is a position that has to be earned every time. You have to earn that, and you have to prove it every day of your life. The more women that you have in your life, the more your manhood will be tested. The more your existence of being a man will be tested. You know, a lot of cats think it's other men that test your manhood. No, it's the women. You know, it's a rare occasion whenever a man tests another man's manhood. You know, you walk up to the store, someone's eyeing you, you know, and they look like they want to do something. So you gotta eye them back, right? You gotta make sure that they know that you're not intimidating nobody. You ain't moving nobody with that. You know, I've seen 20 cats like you. You look the frailest out of all of them. You know, you ain't moving nobody. That's rare. You know, that doesn't happen every day. For some, it might. But let some women be in your life. They're testing your manhood every second, every minute of the day. Of course, it's to different degrees, but you know, that's what they do. And this is what's going on with Rob. You know, Rob, he's being tested for his manhood, and he's probably felt the test many times. I'm not trying to, you know, clown Rob or nothing. I'm not trying to bash him or anything. But you know, if you don't have the right kind of guidance, you know, you're not going to handle things like a real man. If you don't seek the right kind of guidance, you know, you're not gonna handle things like a real man. And once again, I'm not trying to talk down on Rob, but you know, his father, we see what predicament he's in. He's far from a man. He's so far from a man, he doesn't know what he is. You know, he for those that don't know, he had a transgender, you know, operation, numerous operations, transgender. You know, that's Rob's dad. That's his hero, right? Or supposedly. So, needless to say, he has no idea what a real man is and what a real man is supposed to do in a situation. See, and his manhood is being tested, and he's not winning right now. So this is another reason why I'm saying that, you know, I'm pretty scared for Rob right now. You know, this isn't good for fellas, another thing that I'm gonna talk about this more in other videos. Please subscribe, ladies as well. But fellas, you guys gotta wake up, man. This is we all have to wake up. We have to bring the gentleman back. We have to bring the gentleman back. Because right now the player isn't winning. The player isn't winning. It feels good. It looks good. Everyone sees the player and they're like, I want to be that when I get older. I want to grow up and be that, right? But we ain't kids anymore. See, and the thing about the player is, see the decisions a gentleman does, the decisions a gentleman makes years down the line, when those things come back on them, they're not so strong. They're not so heavy. You have a balance of things because the gentleman lives a balanced life. But when stuff comes back on the players, stuff comes back on the pimps, life hits them the way Frazier hit Ali. They don't see it coming, and it's heavy. That was a legendary. That was a legend killing punch right there. That punch was monumental, and that wasn't just the fall of that fight. That was the fall of Ali's legacy. It happened over time, but it woke everyone up and said, this guy can be beat. See, and that's how life hits you. That's how it comes back on you when you live that life of a player. This is real stuff. Rob, he's a good guy, but he's living according to some player type stuff. No gentleman gets into a altercation with a woman and says, I'm gonna post nude pics of her on Instagram behind her back. No man does anything against any woman behind her back. No real man. Especially not a gentleman. So this is what we're dealing with here. He handled that like a player. That's what players do. That's not how pimps do. That's how a player does. And I'm not trying to glorify pimps or anything of that nature, but if you really grasp this concept here, you will see that this is a very big deal. And if you were to apply this wisdom to your life, you could avoid a lot of extra stuff. How many of you know if you don't like, if you're not too crazy about pepperoni pizza, right? And you're not too crazy about pepperoni, but you do have a taste for some pepperoni. You ask for a pepperoni pizza, and you see that there's extra pepperoni. Dude comes to your door with a pizza. You see so much pepperoni on the pizza, pepperoni falling out of the box, right? You're not gonna want that pizza. It's not gonna look as good to you now, because you're gonna say this guy must be a pepperoni fanatic or something. He must be in a pepperoni rehab or something. He must have just got out or something. I don't know. This is crazy. I didn't order this. That's extra. And a lot of people, they're living lives where they get a lot of extra of things that some don't want anything to do with, but some They just want a nice balance, and they can't get a balance. They're getting extra, and they're trying to figure out, how can I bypass this? So I will be giving more advice on things like this in my later videos. I just have to, I just had to speak on this because this is a situation that's happening quite often. We all know somebody that's been in this situation. It's a big deal, and many can bypass these things. And I just had to say something on it. So for more videos, for more wisdom, we'll be posting more things. Leave your comments in the comment section. If you want to leave questions, you can leave them there too, or email me. Everything is on my YouTube page. Check out some of my products. All of the music will be provided by Petah Parka. Alright. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So please subscribe. Don't forget to like. God bless. Stay wise.